Alrighty. We have now got Owen O'Rourke and Wayne Evans. 10-minute timer set up there into the first ever MCW World Cup match. As Owen takes Wayne Evans down. Goes for a springboard moonsault, but misses the distance. Can't see to. Oh shit. Okay, let me sort that real quick then. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, hang on. It's being fucking weird. Why is this happening? Hold up. And then... there we go. Oh, actually represented MCW. Love it though. Yeah, it is 28, I think. Or is it 24? It was one of the two. 28, I think it was. Yeah, because 694. Yeah. I know we're all going for the pin now. 1. Kick out at 1. As they link up in chain wrestling here. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is the tester stream for the timer. If the timer is too short, we will up it to 15 minutes after, you know, going forwards after this stream. There's not really much I can do about it midstream, but, you know. In the tests I did, 10 minutes was fine. But if it ends up not being that in practicality, then, you know, there's not much I can do. Taking the fight down to the mat here. See, this is the thing you don't really want to do in these timer matches, is waste all this time on chain wrestling, because they wasted nearly a whole minute doing that, with not really much momentum gained. And a roll-up from Wayne Evans to go 1-0 up, 1, kick out at 1 from Owen. Wayne Evans caught Owen O'Rourke up top. Of course, I believe the last time these two faced, Owen O'Rourke ended the match within like 2 minutes with an out of nowhere, fucking, what was it called? Claymore to Wayne Evans that was done with such power it looked like Wayne's head was going to come off. 6.5 minutes left on the timer. Owen O'Rourke with a reversal with the clothesline. Big knee to the gut of Wayne. Picking Wayne up now. Dodging out the way. But not dodging again as Wayne Evans gets him up. And Owen getting out of the way. And sweeping at the leg of Wayne Evans to take him down. And a right hand from Wayne Evans. A springboard moonsault from Wayne Evans to Owen O'Rourke. A swinging neck breaker from Wayne Evans to Owen O'Rourke. A suplex from Owen. We are halfway through this match. Owen with a headbutt into a suplex on Wayne. Goes for the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Wayne Evans, preventing Owen from going 1-0 up. Of course, as well, there's kind of a bit of a bragging moment here as well, because whoever gets the first point in this Iron Man match is the first point in MCW history of the World Cup. Going for the pin now on Owen. 1, and a kick out at 1. Still a little under halfway through this match. And planting him headfirst on the mat, goes for another pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Oh, hi, Brad. You are very late. It's okay, though. And a big backbreaker to Owen O'Rourke. And Wayne Evans stalking Owen here. And locking in the submission hold here. Will he gain the first point in the World Cup via tapping? And he doesn't. Owen O'Rourke gets out of it. But Wayne Evans going for the super kick to a kneeling Owen O'Rourke. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Wayne Evans gets the first point in the World Cup against Owen O'Rourke. Owen O'Rourke looking to get back into it now. Trying to get a point for himself. Still 3.5 minutes left. Near enough. Would I miss the first match? The first match is... This is still the first match. Yeah. Owen O'Rourke trying to get a point back for himself. But Wayne Evans getting an elbow up. As he drops down. And leapfrogs over. And a running, jumping clothesline to Owen O'Rourke. And Owen with a return headbutt. And a headbutt into a suplex from Owen O'Rourke. As he walks to that top rope. Going for a big elbow, but Wayne Evans dodging out of the way. Throwing Owen O'Rourke into the corner. Chop to the chest. Wayne Evans still 1-0 up so far. And a falling suplex from the top of the rope. Into the pin on Owen now. 1, 2, 3. Wayne Evans goes 2-0 up against Owen O'Rourke, gaining his second point for the World Cup. And then planting him on to trying to go for a third point immediately. 1, 2, 3. And a third point for Wayne Evans in the World Cup. I don't think 10 minutes is going to be a problem. Are there DQs? There are disqualifications, yeah. You can get DQ'd. But like, they're never really going to change that, to be honest. There's nothing that they can really... we never have had... we've never had someone get disqualified in the middle of a normal match before, so... And a clothesline into an elbow. Just to throw him in the corner, and he jumps under the ropes. And a kick to the face of Owen O'Rourke. Now throwing him against the ropes. Picks him up into a big backbreaker. And goes for the pin once again. 1, 2, 3. It is 4-0 to Wayne Evans. Giving himself a huge advantage leading into the next stages of the World Cup. And it looks like he's going to go for his 5th already. And he does. This has been brutal. Yeah, I was just wondering if we could see weapons in use, but if they're DQs... Yeah, there's no weapons in the World Cup. Just wrestling. But absolute domination from Wayne Evans so far. Trying to capitalise in the final half a minute, and he is. This is a huge domination. Owen O'Rourke really needs to get at least 1 or 2 points. Maybe even, at this point, probably just 1 before this match ends. to try and at least get a chance in this World Cup group stage, but he just isn't. 3, 2, 1. And the match is ended 6-0 to Wayne Evans, who not only is now obviously leading the group at 6-0 with 6 points on the board, he has done it so comfortably. And that's got to set him up amazingly for the rest of the tournament. It's not often we see dominations like that. That was insane. It's wild because with the new ratings refresh as well, these two are the exact same rating. So, I think it was just one of them where, you know, their movesets probably just didn't go well with each other, you know? And Owen O'Rourke clearly struggling with the offense of Wayne Evans, who has put himself in a great position for these group stages. And I mean, we were worried about ending in a draw. See, I knew it wouldn't end in a draw. This is why I thought 10 minutes is fine, because I know that once someone takes a pin, they do, like, the guarantee is pretty much any time they go for a pin or submission, they're going to get a point. So you just got to hope for a more even fight, which obviously didn't happen in this match, but that doesn't mean it won't happen in other matches. At least I God hope it isn't the same thing every match, otherwise, you know, the whole format that I planned out will be dog shit. So Bolivia versus Italy. Of course, Italy being a European country, which is the most populated continent in this tournament. And Bolivia is obviously South America. John Black is representing one of only 3 South American countries in this tournament. You know, joining Diego with Brazil and Lacana Toro with Argentina. Goes for a top rope cutter and he lands it. Of course, it is, you know, ignorant to ignore the elephant in the room that the favourite in this match is John Black. John Black might even be the favourite in his group, all things considered. Although his group is the group with Wayne Evans, as obviously so is Gavin Storms. So they've definitely got a lot of catching up to do if they want to reach that 6 points that Wayne Evans has done. I really do hope the 6 points is an outlier, though. I don't want every match to end like 5 points or whatever. A diving shoulder tackle from Gavin Storm. He's also got something to prove here as well. You know, he's struggled ever since he's moved into the singles competition after the split up of the Blood Devils. Of course, was one half of the most dominant tag team we've probably ever had in MCW. But he's wanting to prove that he's more than just a tag guy. And he has the opportunity to go up against the former international champion, John Black, here to prove the value he has on the singles division. But right now it has been John Black that has most of the control, but you would come to expect that. Goes for a 630, but dodged out the way by Gavin Storm. He's now got a bit of offense on, and we go to some Midnight Chain Wrestling. You know, I am prepared to see a lot of that in this tournament. It looked like John Black went for a spear, but it was reversed into a DDT by Gavin Storm. And a suplex from Gavin to John. And a big suplex into the submission, with John Black getting his way out of it. slam after slam after slam to the mat as Gavin Storm, looking to take advantage, goes for another jumping shoulder tackle, but John Black manages to move out of it just in time, creating enough space. And a twisted DDT into the pin on Gavin Storm. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Gavin. John Black nearly securing his first point in the World Cup. Planting John to the mat. Throwing John into the corner. But John gets the legs up. It's going to be a long stream. To be fair, it won't be much longer than normal. Most matches on MCW last about 10 minutes anyway. So it's... The only reason it'll be longer is because there's one match extra on each show now, because we've gone back to 6 from 5. Just to fit in all the matches we need. And the submission locked in. I mean, yeah, his foot couldn't have been more obviously on the ropes. But it was basically in it. And that could have been the opportunity for Gavin Storm to get 1-0 up there, but didn't plan for the... I mean, I guess that's just the thing when you go up against someone of the height of John, is you've got to get him quite consistently away from the ropes so he can't actually reach them. And a springboard stunner from John Black as he picks Gavin Storm up. And going into the package power driver, but Gavin Storm reverses it into a big clothesline to send John Black down to the mat. And Gavin Storm locking in another submission. And John Black getting out of it. Still no points. Halfway through this match, no points given. Very similar to last match. Does make me worry that, you know, there might just be another dominant thing. But the matches haven't been as dominant this match. It's been pretty even so far. Goes running, dropping the knees. I don't think he got all of it, though. And slamming Gavin Storm to the mat now. Goes for a springboard splash. Picking Gavin up. And once again planting him to the mat. Goes for the pin now on Gavin. 1, 2, and Gavin kicking out at 2. Still no points awarded. 4 minutes left. And John Black with a front slam into a second front slam. Gavin Storm getting to his feet. Getting the elbow up now. It's been a close match between these two men. And a big suplex from Gavin Storm going in for the pin now. 1, 2, 3. Gavin Storm picking up the first point in this match. John Black with the reversal. And a reversal from Gavin, but John's still getting in there. And a big suplex from John Black. Building his energy up now. And a package power driver from John Black into the pin. Could he even the score here? 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Even the package power driver isn't enough to put Gavin Storm down. And John Black desperately needing a point here. John gets him up, plants him with a side slam. Going for a springboard, 630, and it lands. And he rolls with Gavin Storm on his shoulders into a backwards slam. And he's now going for the corner. He's got him up. And dropping his back of the head onto the knee. 2 minutes left, though, and John Black still without a point in this match. And a suplex. Targeting the arms. No, changes his mind, dropping the knees on the back of Gavin Storm. And he knocks the ref down. That's probably not what he wants. 1.5 minutes left in this match. The referee clearly got in John's way there. He was very obviously going for the slam, for a splash on Gavin Storm. But the ref got in the way. And he's got the package power driver over, and he'd normally go for the pin here, but he can't because the referee is down. Moving him away from the ropes. 1 minute left. Slamming it down to the mat. The ref is still down. Stalking Gavin. Less than a minute left. And Gavin reverses. The referee's getting up to his up onto his feet. John getting the knee up though. And Gavin with the reversal. 45 seconds left. And the referee getting in the way of John's splash could have cost him the match here. And most importantly, cost him from getting an actual point on the group stage table. And Gavin Storm with another submission. But nothing happens there. Gets broken out of it. I mean, John Black has always complained about the referees of MCW. And he goes for the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. He nearly got a buzzer beater point. But the match ends 1-0 to Gavin Storm. Which just shows how impressive the performance of Wayne Evans was earlier tonight to get 6-0. John Black will definitely be calling scrutiny for that match. He clearly was going for the splash on Gavin Storm, and the referee got in the way. And John was able to hit the package pile driver onto Gavin Storm the second time of the match. And John Black will certainly not be happy about that one. Man, these refs in the company need to be checked more carefully when hiring. Yeah, probably. Man, that was unfortunately entertaining, because how often does something like that? It doesn't happen often. The thing is, referee fuck-ups always happen in John Black matches. But listen, it backs up his story. John always says that he gets absolutely done over in these matches. And that he's always targeted with unfair treatment. And I think nothing could really prove that then today. Do you know, like, honestly, John, I'm going to DM you real quick. Devils guy, what you missed. First match, Owen versus Wayne Evans. Wayne Evans dominated Owen O'Rourke 6-0. And then in the second match, John versus Gavin. Gavin won 1-0, gaining 1 point on the group stage table. But basically, what happened was John started dominating in the second half after Gavin got his one pin. But basically, John went for a splash onto Gavin, and the referee walked in the way, basically saving Gavin, because John Splash then went on hit the referee. John hit the package pile driver on Gavin for the second time that match, was almost guaranteed to get the point, but couldn't go for the pin because the ref was down, and it was in like the final minute. And then when he went to hit another package pile driver on Gavin as soon as the ref got up, but Gavin reversed it, and the match ended 1-0. Very John Black-esque finish. But Apathy looking dominant on Doug Foster so far. Doug obviously bringing out a new attire to represent his nation of Canada. That sounds perfect. I can't wait to see the replay. Yeah. You just missed it as well. Like, literally just missed it. Like, if you joined, like, maybe 3 minutes ago, you would have saw it. Doug. A submission on Apathy here. Apathy getting a way out of it. Goes for this. It goes for the enziguri, but it is but dodged by Apathy. Of course, Apathy as well is accompanied by her daughter Annika. Can Apathy do what her husband couldn't though tonight and pick up a win or you know, a point in general? And this is the first strike match tonight that is actually from Group D. First 2 matches have been from Group B. But you got some strong competitors in Group D. And Apathy and Doug will be looking to put their advantage stamp on that group. Apathy putting Doug down for the pin, but Doug kicking out at 1. Annika cheering on her mother. And the headbutt into the suplex. We saw Owen O'Rourke use that a few times earlier tonight against Wayne Evans, but didn't get a pin from it once. And Apathy's not going to get one here either. As Doug Foster kicks out at 1. Of course, these are 2 MCW originals as well. They've both been here since the very beginning. And a Future Shock DDT into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Apathy gets the first point in this match very early on. This is the earliest we've ever seen a point be got so far. In only 3 minutes, Apathy is 1-0 up. Doug's definitely gone an uphill battle. Well, my wife is better than me. Hey, Owen, there is still 4 more group stage matches for Owen. He could still get up there. And to be honest, second place in your group right now only has 1 point. It's not that hard. All you have to do is get into top 4. You don't have to top the group. 1, 2, 3. Another point for Apathy. We could be looking, the way this game works, we could be looking at another domination unless Doug Foster's able to get into this. But that's the thing, eh? It's like the real World Cup, you know. Sometimes, you know, it's usually a mix and match of close matches and dominated matches. It's easy for you to say, commentator. I have 5 calls in this tournament, Owen. I have 5 calls in this tournament. Trust me, I'm gonna get upset. I'm gonna get heartbreak at some point. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. 3-0 up is Apathy, storming into the lead of the group stage here. Good, like, twisted cutter there. She goes into the corner. And a punt kick. 1, 2, 3. Apathy 4. Doug really needs to get... There's enough time as well, though, in this match for Doug to get back into this. And he goes for a spin heel kick, but he just misjudges the distance. And the submission locked in from Apathy. And Doug tapping. That's now 5 for Apathy. This could be the newest high score. I mean, this tournament's going to be very, very mix and matched with and Doug Foster rolling out of the way. But it's still not enough. And Doug Foster with the roll-up on Apathy here. Apathy kicks out. Yeah, but to be fair, though, Owen had never seen Owen perform that badly either. So, it's, you know, it can work, you know. It can happen that way. And a double stomp from Apathy. I have no idea what Apathy's doing here. No idea what just happened. There was a long setup for that. And Doug pushing Apathy off. Doug definitely needs to get himself some points here. No, Doug is choking. Come on, Doug. He goes for the springboard leg drop and it lands. And planting Apathy down into the pin. Can he get a point here? 1, 2, and he doesn't. Apathy kicks out at 2. And another side slam into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Doug Foster gets on the board. There is still 3 minutes in this match. It'd be a miracle if he wins, but he can definitely get 1 or 2 more points if he keeps up this momentum, for sure. But there's nothing to say that he can't pull off the miracle and somehow get the win here. Slamming Apathy down to the mat once again. Running towards the corner, waiting for her to get to her feet. And gets Apathy up high. Into a pop-up cutter. Targeting the arm of Apathy now. And a big leg drop. Dropping the knee into the stomach of Apathy. Gets her up into a suplex, into the pin. 1, 2, 3. A second point for Doug Foster. Goes for the super kick, but Apathy catches it. And a clothesline to take Doug Foster down into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Apathy getting another point, taking her tally up to 6. Doug Foster going for the body splash. Doesn't get all of it, but it's enough to rock Apathy. Apathy, though, getting out of the grips of Doug Foster. And going for the Future Shock DDT once again. 2, 3. The referee was kind of really slow there for some reason. Maybe feeling a bit of pity on Doug. And the headbutt into the suplex. This could be Apathy going for 8 points here. No, she does not go for the pin. She's going all the way to the corner. No, never mind. Doug Foster gets up. And a Hurricane Rana, but he's just in... Look at the damage done to Doug Foster. He can't even get to his feet. He only just gets up a millisecond before Apathy does. But he does get Apathy up. Is he going to hit that side slam? And he does go... And is he going to go in for the pin here? He does. Can Doug get his 3rd point here? 1, 2... No! A kick out at 2! This late into a fucking Iron Man match is crazy. Goes in for a big splash on Apathy now. And going for a springboard crossbody splash. And there's 20 seconds left. Doug does have time to go in for a pin if he is going to go in for one. No, he's going to make Apathy tap. I guess he knows that he's not going to win and wants her to suffer the humiliation of tapping out that he did earlier. And she does. Doug gets a 3rd point on the board. And 2, 1. And it ends. Doug Foster and Apathy ends 7-3 in Apathy's favour. A valiant little comeback from Doug near the end to bring some points back into this match. See, this is why we do it this format, because the chance of people actually, like, finishing on the same points is, like, you know, ridiculous. Yes! So I've just got a notification that Wolves have scored a last-minute equaliser against fucking Arsenal. In the 94th minute. Who the fuck scored it? It was an own goal from Calafiori. Fuck you. Come on. Let's go. See, keeping track of the matches is the difficult part because I can't really get distracted mid-match. Oh. But Apathy standing tall. I'm not ashamed of my wife killing it where I couldn't. Listen, there's a lot of chance for you to come back though, Owen. You know what I mean? You only have to reach top 4 to get through. You do not have to win the group. So, you know. Santanica representing Mexico. Olivia Black representing Poland. Because Olivia Black's going to definitely come into this match as the favourite. Of course, you know, especially since becoming the new MCW International Champion after beating John Black in a triple threat, including Elena Claire, who I believe we will be seeing up next after this match, go up against Noah Morrison in their World Cup match. The girls link up in chain wrestling. Olivia getting the out-strengthening Santanica as they link back up. This time it's Santanica that out-strengths Olivia Black. And a leg takedown from Olivia Black. And a big, I think that was like a Kinshasa from Santanica. Comes to a test on my phone. Focus looks like I can't watch MCW when you're on my phone. That does suck, Owen. I apologize. I'm sorry that it sucks. Santanica rolling out of the way. Get the power out. This is the beauty of the World Cup as well. You get these kind of matchups that maybe you wouldn't get normally due to, you know, just being a different point in their careers. Giving some of these, you know, more still to prove talents a chance to get the upsets over the bigger stars. And that is definitely what Santanica will, you know, be looking to do here against the international champion. And Olivia Black going for the pin. 1. And a kick out at 1 from Santanica. Been a pretty even battle so far between these women. Santanica dodging the chop of Olivia Black. Taking it to the ropes. Olivia getting the elbow up. With a drop kick to the stomach of Santanica. Of course, as well, like Olivia Black also has a big statement to make as well. This is her first match since winning the belt. She's going to have to definitely try and keep her momentum up and win this match. Portray herself as a strong champion. But diving forearms from Santanica to send her down. 1. And a kick out at 1 from Olivia. Of course, John ended up losing to, well, one of Santanica's kind of main rivals at the moment earlier tonight, losing to Gavin Storm 1-0 in controversial fashion. Will Olivia Black follow the same fate as her brother, or will she be able to change the fortunes of the family and pick up the win? as we are nearly halfway through this match and neither woman has got a point so far. Of course, another match hailing from Group D, which is currently led by Apathy after an impressive 7-point performance against Doug Foster. They have got the fight on the outside of the ring, but you are not going to be able to get points on the outside of the ring. And I think Olivia Black knows that. Throwing Santanica back into the ring. Will it only be World Cup matches till Brawl for All? Yes. It'll be after Brawl for All that some normal matches will start getting implemented again. The first week after Brawl for All won't be. I'd have to work out the... I think there will be room for it after that, because once we get into the knockouts, it'll only be 4 matches per week. It'll be 4 matches, and then it'll be, 2 on each card, and then obviously rest will happen at the next stage. And the submission locked in from Olivia Black. And the referee calling for the pass out of Santanica, which means that Olivia Black does earn a point in just under halfway left of this match. We would have started to get World Cup qualifiers out like a lot earlier if it wasn't for the fact we just didn't have enough people for ages. So, we've only just got to a point where we had enough to actually do the format. But, it gives people a break, to come up, if they want to come up with new ideas for their characters, stuff like that. Big slap from Santanica to Olivia Black. So, Olivia's already done what John Black couldn't and got a point. Goes for the rope hung DDT and it lands. Moving Olivia Black away from the ropes. Clearly learning from what happened with John Black, where he managed to get onto the ropes after a pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Olivia. Santanica wasn't able to even it up. Just over 3 minutes left. And Olivia Black with the kick to the gut to reverse Santanica, but Santanica reversing Olivia Black, sending her to the apron. And now sending her to the ringside. I'm not quite sure that's what you want to do this late into this match, though. I mean, like I said before, you can't get points on the outside. But you can deal more brutal offense. So maybe there is some level of strategy here from Santanica. But Olivia Black with the reversal, sending Santanica in the middle of the ring. Santanica with the rollover. But with the arm takedown of Olivia Black. Catching the fist, returning with a slap. Santanica trying to take Olivia to the ropes and she succeeds. Throwing her over. Going for another rope hung DDT. This time looking to get the point. Will it happen? Can she even this match up with around 2.5 minutes left? Can she get her first point on the board? 1, 2, 3, and she does. It is now 1-1 between Santanica and Olivia Black. Santanica targeting the arm of Olivia Black, who manages to get some punches into the stomach of Santanica. She goes into a lovely stunner, moving Santanica away from the ropes. Into the pin now. Can she gain that second point to take the lead back? 1, 2, 3, and she does. It's now 2-1 to Olivia Black. Throwing Santanica against the ropes here. And a lovely DDT. Going in for the pin again. Looking to get her third point. And she succeeds. 3-1 to Olivia Black. With around 1.5 minutes left in this match. Can Santanica somehow get the momentum to equalise up and make this score equal? Or will she be going into the rest of the World Cup with a bit of a lower score than everyone else in her group so far? Reversing, throwing Olivia into the corner now. Biting the nose of Olivia Black. Some kicks to the chin. Less than a minute left here, though. Santanica dropping the headbutt onto Olivia Black. Demanding for Olivia to get to her feet. But Olivia with a hip toss. Santanica catching the kick to the back. With the leg takedown, Olivia getting to her feet. 20 seconds left. Can either woman get a final point in this match? Santanica dropping below. Leapfrogging over. And an arm drag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it ends with a big springboard drop kick from Santanica. That match ends 3-1 to Olivia Black, which puts her now at joint second with Doug Foster, as they are 3-3. They both have 3 points in their group. Do. Oh, so I got the sniffles. Yeah, Group B is coming. It is the last match of Group B of the night as we go into Elena Claire and Noah Morrison up next. Two definite rising stars. Two people that would maybe have solid shouts to be able to claim they deserve the next shot at the International Championship. It is New Zealand, not Australia. It's also not the main event. There's one more match after this. After that one. Damn, Cassidy getting exposed for not watching the product. That is insane work. We are, for the World Cup, we are back to 6 matches, and I'm thinking it might be a permanent change due to the fact that with the new tag teams, we can have Elena Claire, Noah Morrison. Does the cameraman get compensated every time Noah pushes him? Rumours have it he gets paid £50 every single time he gets pushed over. 75 if he gets a slight bruise. Also, Brad, you hate the fact that we're changing the background. If I manage to get enough donations to get that fucking NXT UK Championship I was talking about in the Discord, that's going to go, like, right fucking there. All the way across. Because £300 for that shit's a steal. Because that's, like, the first time I've seen one that's, like, real. That isn't, fucking, what's it called? That isn't below, like, that's below, like, 600. Like, they're ridiculously priced now. Because they haven't sold them in, like, 5 years, at least. Noah Morrison pushing Elena Claire into the corner. Of course, Noah Morrison being one of only 2 competitors in the World Cup who have actually represented his nation in another thing. How long is it still for? Oh, it's on Facebook Marketplace, so it's just until it gets sold. It's not. It just got brought down. It was on 350 and it got brought down. It's just on Facebook Marketplace. They don't actually sell it on the WWE site anymore. It's just someone that's like close to me that's selling it on Marketplace. So it's still thingy. I said you the money, but I'd let you get this. It's all right. No one is like forced to actually pay for it in any way. But yeah, as I was saying, Noah Morrison is of course the only person. Well, actually, sorry, one of only 2 people in this World Cup tournament that have actually represented his country in another sport. Of course, he has represented New Zealand at international level in rugby, and of course, you've got in the main event. After this, you have Diego Barbosa, who has represented Brazil in international football. However, he did not manage to make it into the World Cup squad due to his injury that forced him to retire from the sport. So this is, whilst he's represented his country before, it's still his first World Cup. He never quite managed to get there. So he's clearly got a bit of a job to do in trying to honour that wish of getting to a World Cup. He's already done that here, but can he reach that dream of winning the World Cup? I mean, Brazil, coming from Brazil, the World Cup means a lot to Brazil. I mean, they're one of the most dominant countries when it comes to the history of the FIFA World Cup, and they're going to be looking to get that, there's probably going to be a lot of expectation from fans on Diego due to that reason. Noah Morrison, though, targeting the legs of Elena Claire, putting in a submission here. The Boston Crab that Elena Claire punches her way out of. And reverses it into a pin. Very innovative way to break out of a submission. Turning it into a pin. Incredible in-ring intelligence from Elena Claire. Instead he settled with John Black Harambe. We can't bring clubs in this, man. And then another roll-up from Elena Claire. Trying to use the element of surprise to make up for the great size disadvantage that she is at. Throwing Noah Morrison out. She goes for a suicide dive onto the outside of the ring. Noah Morrison rolling back to his feet, though, goes for the kick, but Elena Claire dodges. Ronan, and then Noah Morrison dodging in return. Oh, fucking hell! Everything's just broke. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Noah Morrison, what have you done, son? You've killed everything. Oh my lordy. Oh, I'm trying to keep an eye. Hang on. Apologies for that. Oh. No Morrison taking the fight to a later on the outside. Yeah, I'm good. It just basically my ring light's really old, so it's not it's a bit damaged near the top, so it occasionally just falls for some reason. Can't really do much about it. Going for a big elbow, but Elena Claire moves out of the way. And getting Noah up. Into a spinning back fist. Into the pin. Can Elena Claire get the pinfall here? 1. And a kick out at 1. Well, I need to type I eliminated, by accident, I eliminated Olivia Black's name off of the World Cup group. Yeah, my ring light is shit. I need one of them that, you know, attaches to the desk, but they're just more expensive. We'll hopefully get MCW to a point I can afford all these things. Oh, that's really annoying me, though, that it's not centered. There we go. Into a step-up kick. Into the pin on Noah Morrison now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. 4 minutes left, or just under 4 minutes, and still no points to either competitor. Elena Claire got Noah up for a pile driver. Into the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 still. Elena Claire taking the fight on the outside. And dropping Noah Morrison onto the apron. That is not how you spell Elena. But that's okay, Doug. Going to throw Noah Morrison into the ring post, but he reverses, throwing Elena in there. And Elena with a sit-out powerbomb to Noah Morrison. Throwing Elena onto the barricade. It could end 0-0. It could. A 0-0 final. No, the knockouts upwards are just normal singles matches. There's no stip. This is just because the group stages are going to be hard to do points. And Noah Morrison flattening Elena Claire, going for the first point in just under 2 minutes. 1, 2, and Elena Claire kicks out at 2. And a Hurricane Rana. Snapping the arm of Noah Morrison. One of these competitors really badly needs some points here, because this is a great battle between the two, but to get no points would be a shame. And a pop-up cutter from Noah Morrison. Just over a minute left. 1, 2, 3. Noah Morrison gets the first point in this match. It's not going to end 0-0, but it could still end in a draw potentially. Noah Morrison with the back body drop to Elena Claire into a spine buster. As he moves her away from the ropes. Noah Morrison lifts her up. Slamming her down to the mat, going for the pin to try and make it 2. 1, 2, 3, and he does. Noah Morrison, 2 points to 0. And going for another pop-up cutter. He's looking for a third point. 1, 2, 3. What an incredible comeback rally from Noah Morrison, managing to get 3 points in just under a minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Noah Morrison flexing on the back of Elena Claire. 3-0 win to Noah Morrison, who just managed to take home the victory in that final minute. The scoreline is unfair to Elena. She did not deserve to lose that 3-0. But that just shows the opportunistic mindset of Noah Morrison. But that was a great match. As we prepare ourselves for the main event. Of Strike, which is Diego Barbosa and Andre Cruz. See, we're not actually it's not been that long. It's been an hour and a half. So the stream will be 3 hours total. But to be fair, that's only a little bit longer than we normally are on stream for anyway, so it's only 20 minutes longer, so we're alright. Longest reigning Road to Glory briefcase holder vacant. And Andre Cruz immediately drop kicking into there, and a 619 to open the match. I'm leaving the Fed, guys. Oh, okay, MD, sorry. See you in a bit. What the fuck? That did not connect one little bit, by the way. And a roll up from Diego. Kick out on profile. Fuck off, MD. You know what? Leave the Fed. Fuck this. Of course, Diego will be hurt from the brutal battering he took from Marty earlier. Of course, as well, Diego did recently have a opportunity at Max Black for the World Championship. He didn't win, but it was in these Iron Man stipulations, so he has a bit of experience here. But of course, it's you know, you can't mention the World Championship opportunities without talking about Andre Cruz winning that ladder match. That comeuppance to earn the Road to Glory briefcase. He's now the third holder. Can he be the first person to hold it for more than exactly 36 days? Because for some reason, every holder has held it for exactly 36 days. But we do go into chain wrestling as to be expected. The sit-out powerbomb from Andre Cruz. But the roll-up from Diego. One, and oh, never mind, a kick-out. Of course, as well, there is a bit of history here in it. These two did have a match, a triple threat match at one point, in which Diego managed to get the win by stealing the pin from Andre Cruz, who hit his finisher, and Diego went for the pin instead. And that step-up heel kick that we've seen Andre win many matches with at this point in MCW. Will it get him a point here? 1, 2, and it doesn't. Kick out at 2. Of course, as well, this is the last World Cup match on the first week of strike. So before then, I will also read out the orders here soon enough for the matches. We'll make it clear if people are on the same points, it'll be done by alphabetical order, but that won't matter by the end of the actual tournament. It's just for, you know, week by week updates. Most likely it will not actually matter. Springboard moonsault from Diego. And Diego climbing to the top rope. Going for the coup de grace. And it lands. Going into the pin now on Andre. 1, 2. And a kick out at 2. Snapping the leg of Andre Cruz. Andre rolling out. Getting the kick in quicker than Diego. Not often you see a man do that. A brilliant brain buster there. Into a standing Spanish fly. And Andre going top rope here. And a huge fucking, don't even know what that is, like torpedo splash. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Diego. Andre still not managing to get a pin out of Diego yet. And dropping the back onto the back of Diego. To go springboard. I mean, these are two well-matched wrestlers. Diego rolling out the way. A big kick to the face of Andre Cruz to try and get some momentum back. And a rapid kicks to the face of Andre Cruz and smashing him into the mat. Looked like he was going to go and set up for that penalty kick. But Andre Cruz getting to his feet just too fast for Diego. But I'm talking of Andre being too fast for Diego. He gets the elbow up before Diego has a chance to react. And Diego catches him. And the pop-up uppercut into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Andre. 4.5 minutes left. Still no points given between these two men. And a code breaker from Diego, who then goes up to the top rope. He's looking for that second coup de grace, and it lands. Going in for the pin now. 1, 2, 3. Diego earns the first point in this match so far. Springboard moonsault from Diego into the pin again. 1, 2. Referee's counting very slow. 3. 2 points to Diego in back-to-back rapid succession. But there's still nearly 4 minutes left for Andre to get some points of his own. Kick to the back of the head. A lovely splash from the top rope from Diego. As he's setting up for the penalty kick, I think. I've never seen the penalty kick go this close up, though. No, he's not. He's just asking him to get up for the Pele kick. I was wrong. He even had me done there. Goes in for the pin. 1, 2, 3. He goes 3-0 up against Andre Cruz. He now joins Olivia Black and Doug Foster in his own group on 3 points. Andre Cruz crawling to his feet. Getting the elbow up. Running into Diego. Clearly a bit dazed from the offense he's taken. Catching him, putting him into the corner himself now. Taking him to the top rope. Diego getting a leg up. Into a code breaker. As he goes to look for another coup de grace. And it lands for a 3rd time on Andre Cruz. As he goes in for the pin. 1, 2, 3. No, we've seen a few back-to-backs after getting pinned. I think it's just, you know, damage being dealt, I guess, over time. Makes them slower and shit, I think. Go for the pin again. 3, getting 5 points now. Andre Cruz getting his arm up to block. He could still get a couple points at least in this match, which is what he definitely looks to do. Sitting him down. Jumping heel kick. Andre Cruz looking for his first point here. 1, 2, 3, and he does get it. Diego gets legs up, goes for it, but Andre Cruz moving out of the way. A big super kick to the back of the head of Diego. Diego crawling up to his feet in the corner. Gets a knee up. But Andre Cruz reversing, throwing him into there. Running up there. But Diego pushing him off. And dodging the slap. Into the Pele kick. Looking for point number 6. You're going to have to assume he's going to get it off. And he does. And a code breaker. He could make it 7. Which is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3. He does. 15 seconds left. There's maybe a little bit of hope on Andre to get a move in here, but I don't think he's gonna. It's a bit late now. Goes up top. And he goes for the coup de grace. I don't even think he can't even get the pin off this time. But at 4th coup de grace for good measure. Andre Cruz just didn't feel like reversing any signatures or finishers that game, I suppose. As Diego goes joint first place with Apathy on 7 points. As the ending of the strike portion of the first week of the World Cup ends as follows. Group B, the order goes Wayne Evans, representing Scotland at the top with 6 points. Second place is Noah Morrison, representing New Zealand with 3 points. Third is Gavin Storm on 1 point, representing Italy. And then, again, bear in mind it's in alphabetical order until, later on in the tournament. So, fourth is Elena Clare, representing Greece with 0. Owen O'Rourke, fifth, representing Ireland on 0. And John Black, representing Bolivia, at the bottom with 0 points in 6th. And then Group D currently stands as follows. In first place, Apathy, representing France with 7 points. Diego Barbosa in second place with also 7 points, representing Brazil. You have, and then in third place, you have Doug Foster, representing Canada, on 3 points. And Olivia Black following him in fourth with also 3 points. And then in fifth, you have Andre Cruz of Puerto Rico with 1 point. And then in sixth place, Santanica, representing Mexico, with 1 point. So as it stands right him, Leon Grimes against the new Masaki 10 minutes World Cup group stages. Japan versus Jamaica. Leon Grimes taking the advantage early. Masaki getting an elbow up. Chain wrestling as usual. Leon Grimes with a cheap shot after the ref is demanding them to break it up. Masaki getting the leg up. Leon Grimes dropping down. More chain wrestling now. Wow. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate you being the only person to actually give enough of a shit to say anything. For Leon Grimes catching the leg. I mean, you can't really ask for a harder challenge when coming back after a break to go up against Leon Grimes. A big knee to the face. From Mizaki. Of course, she used to wrestle without the mask. It was only an entrance piece, but now, I guess, changing into the Kamagoye, into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Leon Grimes. I was more saying, Owen, on like the comment of like she's had a complete overhaul on appearance that I worked hard on. Goes for the springboard moonsault, but misjudges the distance. And the black mass from Mizaki. 1, 2, 3. She goes 1-0 up against Leon Grimes. Of course, that black mass, I mean, it's not to be expected. It's not surprising to see her go for a more kick-based finisher, achieving that black belt that she went all the way to Japan to achieve. This even have to break up is funny, not gonna lie. Yeah, but she liked it, you know? She doesn't want to remove all past history of herself, you know? Mizaki. I mean, technically speaking as well, like, even though the match isn't over and it doesn't necessarily mean that Leon Grimes is losing, that is the first time we've ever witnessed Leon Grimes get pinned in MCW. Which is still a big achievement for a returning Mizaki Ryoki. Leon Grimes going for the pin on Mizaki now. 1, 2. Oh, a kick out at 1. No, 2. Okay, the ref calls 2, but the 2 didn't come up. Yeah, I tried to find a new theme for her for ages, but, like, just nothing really worked. And I was just like, fuck it. You know, I asked Cassidy's permission. And a spinning elbow there. And bowing respect to Leon Grimes, despite him clearly not showing the respect to her. Goes for the kick, but Leon Grimes catches. Throwing her into the ropes. Goes for the clothesline, but Masaaki dodged another spinning elbow. And dropping her down. Dropping him down into the Devil's Kiss. Some moves never change. As she goes in for another pin on Leon Grimes. 1, 2, 3. She goes 2-0 up against Leon Grimes. And jumping on, pounding the strikes onto Leon Grimes. Moving Leon to the more center of the ring. Leon stumbling to his feet. Masaaki helping him up. Leon Grimes catching, tripping the leg. And Masaaki with a kick to the gut. And a black mass from nothing into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Masaaki is 3-0 up against Leon Grimes. Just aura farming on Leon, I suppose. Jumps the knees into Leon Grimes. Stomp to the back of the leg. Can't see because the ref was spinning the arm. And Masaaki showing a bit of strength with a suplex to Leon Grimes. And again, Masaaki still showing respect. But Leon Grimes catching. There's still 4 minutes in this match. And the twist of fate to Masaaki. Goes for the pin to get his first point. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Leon Grimes failing to get his first point. I mean, they do train resiliency in karate. That is like one of the main things they do train. Leaping over Masaaki now. Goes in for the dropkick, but Masaaki throws him to the side. Throws him over the ring. Or over the ropes. And a sling blade on the outside. But the outside doesn't get you any points. Leon Grimes going into the ring, kind of realizing that he needs to actually bring Masaaki with him. Yeah, singles more than it did with Kim, especially since Kim's solo feed fits out too well. I agree. I agree. But it is over the ring. It's still the ropes of the ring, Brad. God. Stomping the legs on the outside. Under 3 minutes left. Leon Grimes trying to do as much damage on the outside, knowing that outside attacks do more damage due to the more harsher conditions of the environment. Picking Masaaki up now. Into a little sit-out powerbomb. As he picks her up. And just dropping her face first. A lot of offense from Leon here, but nothing that's going to get him a point. This is the thing. It's all about points here. And his back has given out. Masaaki capitalizing. Into a suplex crucifix pin. 1, 2, 3. Masaaki goes 4-0 up against Leon Grimes. There's a combination of strikes to the face of Leon Grimes. Leon with a step up in Saguri. Still needing to get his first point. Going for a twist of fate once more. And he's struggling to get to the cover. Still struggling. He's got his face in Masaaki's tits for some reason. But finally gets to the cover. 1, 2... and a kick out at 2 from Masaaki. Still staying in it. Throw Masaki to the ropes into a big drop kick. Leon Grimes flat out on the ground as well, though. Every single time that he seems to get a big move in, he seems just as hurt as Masaki is at this point. And lifting her up. Masaki with the twist of the leg. She launches herself over the ropes onto Leon Grimes. Goes for another pin to make it 5. 1, 2, 3. It's 5-0 to Masaki against the European champion. As they're now trading blows. Less than half a minute to remain in this match. Max still waiting for that missed swanton on the ladder from last year. That is true. It could be. Both competitors slugging it out in the middle of the ring. Masaki seeming to get the advantage. And catching Leon Grimes. And the leg takedown. Oh, and with only 1 second left, locks in the Muta lock. The match ends. But I guess that was more about sending a message at the end. Or maybe she just didn't know how long was left. But Masaki beats Leon Grimes 5-0. In her return match. Leon Grimes' first ever loss. The streak has come to an end. And not only has it come to an end, but it came to an end in absolute dominating fashion. Now that is an incredible performance. Better than anyone could have probably expected from Masaki at this point, to be honest. Showing off a new look, a new moves, just everything that she, clearly learned a lot about herself over in Japan. Leon Grimes' first loss in MCW is to Masaki Ryoki, which is probably not something that anyone would have put a bet on. Right here, this is just Masaki adding insult to injury, locking in the Muta lock. The match had ended. Masaki is victorious. You can see the wear of the paint. Now that is insane. I mean, Alex, it's hard to deny. I mean, Leon Grimes was probably one of the favourites coming into this entire tournament. And she just dominated. Tyler 6. And Araminji immediately taking the fight straight to Tyler 6, wasting no time. Getting the big run up into the drop kick on Araminji. She's hung over the apron. I'll be honest, I'm still in shock. Like, I actually am in a lot of shock still. And goes for the pin on Araminji now. 1. Kick out at 1. Rolling out of the way. We're running clothesline. To Tyler 6. Good little even battle by these two so far. Just need to stretch my back a bit. Oh. Yeah, we're getting the arm up. It's looking very impressive so far, this match. Tyler 6 gets a leg up. Rolling over. See the kick to the face. Don't hurt, please. It's not that bad. I just need to readjust it. Every now and again, I just need to stretch out so so it doesn't seize up. Double foot stomp from Tyler 6 to Eraminji. As Tyler 6 spinning her around now. Targeting the legs. And planting Tyler 6 down to the mat, going for the pin. Can she go 1 point up? 2, and a kick out at 2. Of course, this is a big opportunity as well for these two, who are both in Group C. Having Leon Grimes get that, getting absolutely dominated by Masaki Ryoki has definitely opened up that spot, as a favourite is now at a huge disadvantage into this tournament. So one of these two, who have a lot to prove, probably alongside Ruud van Gerten, are the 3 most unproven wrestlers in Group C. And yeah, I just have to assume if you're one of those 3 that Leon Grimes getting, kind of surprisingly beaten in such dominant showing is only good news for them, as it allows them to have that spot to be able to do the same to their opponents and actually increases their chance in finishing top 4 now that a favourite will, at the very least, by the end of the night, most likely not be in the top 4 in their group. Unless there's multiple people that finish on 0 points tonight, which is possible. I mean, we've already seen that once tonight in Group B. On strike earlier tonight, 3 people hitting 0 points. And a soul snatcher from Eraminji. Going to get her first point. And also her first pinfall in MCW. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Of course, as well, there's not many people as well. You have to give some credit to Eraminji here. There's not many people that have debuted in more... what's the word I'm looking for here? More kind of nerve-wracking circumstances. There are big stakes on the line debuting in the World Cup. Tyler 6 showing off his impressive offense as he starts to climb to the top of the rope. And a huge elbow to the chest of Minji. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Tyler 6 picks up the first point in this match, going 1-0 up. Era getting a knee up now to Tyler 6. She'll be looking to get her own back in this match. Charges at him, but Tyler 6 gets the elbow up. Now going for the pin. Trying to make it 2, 1, 2, 3, and he does. 2-0 to Tyler 6. Kiraminji catching the forearm there. Swanee with some chops. Into a big suplex. Shades of her mother there, who had a very kind of grapple-based offense before she retired. And the elbow up from Tyler 6. And a big drop kick from Eraminji. Big super kick to the face of Tyler 6. Just gets Tyler 6 up in a powerbomb position. And a sit-out powerbomb in the center of the ring. Tyler 6 reversing, throwing Eraminji into the corner. Eraminji dodging the clothesline though, sending Tyler 6 into the corner himself. targeting the arm of Tyler 6 now. And lifts him up into, I think that was like a spinebuster variant. 1, 2, 3. Eramin G gets her first point in this match. Can she come back and equalise? She only needs one more point to do so. And she gets Tyler 6 up high, the insane feat of strength, and drops him down. Tyler 6 feeling that in the arm. But Tyler 6 with the roll up now on not Kim Min Ji, sorry, Eramin G. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Doesn't manage to get the roll up. And Eramin G catching into an uppercut from Tyler 6. Goes into the pin now. Can she even things up here? 1, 2, 3, and she does. It's 2-2. We still yet to have had a draw in the MCW World Cup. Could this be the match that it happens? Just over 2 minutes left, though, for either one of these competitors to win this match for themselves. Been a great match so far. Eramin G sending Tyler 6 to the outside of the ring. Tyler 6 goes for the leg trip, but Eramin G, seeing it coming, plants the leg down, but Tyler 6 then reversing of his own and goes for another one of those moves, but it's once again caught by Eramin G. She's very good at catching those in the mid-air kind of powerbomb position moves. A power slam on the outside of the ring. Throwing Tyler 6 in the centre. Tyler 6 rolls up though. Goes on there and hits a soul snatcher of his own. I don't know if he has that in his arsenal or if that's a move thief maybe, but goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Eramin G. It's not often you get kickouts in like the final minute of an Iron Man match. Eramin G gets her leg up. Gets Tyler 6 up again into that spine buster. Isn't seeming to go right in for the pin though, which is interesting. No, she wants to win this via soul snatcher, as Tyler 6 just tried to there, but you know, he moves out of the way just in time. Maybe she should have just went for the pin after the spine buster and dodging out the way consistently, but Tyler 6 manages to connect with the fist, but caught the leg at Min Ji, caught the leg. And Tyler 6 with a sit-out powerbomb. Eramin G, though, getting back to her feet and slamming Tyler 6 into the mat. There's half a minute left. Well, less than. There's 20 seconds left in this match. It is 2-all. We're at the last 15 seconds. Eramin G really should be trying to crawl over for a pinfall here. And that is that. It looks like we have our first draw in the MCW World Cup. Tyler 6 and Eramin G, 2-2. We don't even get a celebration. I didn't know there wasn't an animation. Versus Helga. Spain versus Germany. Group stage match of the World Cup. Of course, as well, you know, MD Silver, one half of the MCW Tag Team Champions. We'll see the other half, Francis Sharp, coming up right after this match. As he faces... Who the fuck does he face again? Rude Van Gerten, that's who he faces. A lovely leg takedown there. Blade, you should have been here earlier. Our European champion, Leon Grimes, who is 15-0, got absolutely dog-walked by a fucking returning wrestler who'd been away for like a month. Absolutely dog-walked 5-0. But of course, in MCW World Cup group stage fashion, 10-minute timer. Each pinfall submission counting as a point on the group stage table. I would have loved to see that. It was very good. She had a complete reinvention as well. Like, she was a very happy-go-lucky character, and she's now very serious, got a new move and stuff. That was not that impressive. Shut the fuck up, Brad. How about that? Fuck you. And a lovely slingshot crossbody from Helga. Goes for the pin on MD Silver now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from MD Silva. Remember, this is the biggest tournament in MCW. You know, we had the ruler of the ring earlier this year, but this is so much bigger. The stakes are so much higher. Sure, ruler of the ring also got you a title match, but that got you a title match at Fight Fest. This gets you a title match at Final Destination, the final pay-per-view of the season. The opportunity to potentially main event, well, almost a guarantee of either main eventing or opening, which either way is still big honours regardless. MD Silva, man, he's only ever lost one match since he came back after his small break away after Severance broke up. Once he was left directionless after that faction, he decided that he didn't, you know, he hated all the flash, the glamour of Severance. He hated all the energy that was brought in, all of the flexing and all the bells and the whistles. He just wanted to focus purely on the wrestling and nothing else. And he's come back, and ever since, the only person he's lost to was Elena Claire, in which he did have a rematch with and beat her anyways. 2. When was his second match he lost? Who did he lose? Who did he lose? Oh, yeah, he did lose to Ronan Wolf. Apologies, that's my bad. He did lose to Ronan Wolf. Forgot about that. But he has been near enough, though. Probably one of the biggest stars on Clash since he came back. You know, and obviously it was that kind of dominance that he was showing that, you know, saw him team with Francis, who has had equal dominance. 1. And a kick out at 1. I think Francis has also, ever since he moved back to Clash away from Strike, I believe he's actually been undefeated. I don't think he has actually lost a single match. And a good reversal there from MD Silva. And of course, the one thing Helga doesn't want to see in this match is that Torpedo Moscow that MD Silva hits quite regularly. But locking MD Silva into a submission. But it gets broken before it even really seems to begin. But you don't want to see that Torpedo Moscow coming at you. Only one person has ever kicked out of that in MCW history, and it was Ronan Wolf. And looking in a submission armbar, but it is called out again. Ronan Wolf getting to his feet. No point still leading into this match. Chop to the back of Helga. As MD Silva gets himself hyped up. But Helga catches the leg of MD Silva, but MD Silva reversing into an enziguri. But Helga gets the leg up, trying to take advantage and catch MD Silva by surprise. Of course, this is basically a very seasoned talent in MD Silva versus Helga, an absolute newcomer who's trying to make a name for herself here. And again, as I've been saying it consistently, this is the tournament where upsets can happen. You know, everyone has a chance to go against everyone, basically. At the very least, you will face everyone in your group. And every group has those top stars, every group has those newcomers. And another armbar submission locked in on MD Silva. Will he tap out? And he does. The referee calls for a tap. It is now 1 point to Helga to lead this match. She gets the first point. She goes in for a pin on MD Silva now for the second point, trying to take opportunities out, and she does. It's now 2-0 to Helga. MD Silva running out the way with a big clothesline, though. There's still just under 5 minutes left in this match, though, for MD Silva to get some points back of his own. Helga with the reversal. She's looking very strong in this match so far. MD Silva crawling to the corner. As Helga with a sit-out powerbomb into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from MD Silva. Not allowing Helga to go to 3-0. Big chops from Helga to the chest of MD Silva. And a big drop kick now. MD Silva rolls out the way, though. And gets Helga up for a power bomb. And a lovely springboard stomp to Helga. As he picks her up into a power bomb. Into the knee, strike to the face, into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Helga. It's still not enough for MD Silver to get his first point in this match. Throwing Helga to the ropes and dropping down below into the Torpedo Moscow. Goes in for the pin. No one other than Ronan Wolf has kicked out at this move. 1, 2, and Helga technically doesn't kick out, but she grabs the ropes. If MD Silver had moved Helga away from the ropes, could he have got his first point there? And a knee strike falls into the pin though. 1, 2, 3. Gets his first point in this match. It is now 2-1. There is still just under 3 minutes remaining. Helga dodging the grapple, but MD Silver's still able to meet up with the strikes. And the leg takedown here. Now goes to the outside, going for another springboard stomp, and it does land. And lifting Helga's neck up. A stomp to the back of Helga. And Helga with the leg up. As these two heavy strikers exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. It's not in the middle, but you know what I mean. Helga's the one with the advantage, but MD Silver catching, returning with a chomp of his own. And this is a true slugfest in the middle of the ring. Helga catches. And both of them just exchanging as many punches to the head as possible. Less than 2 minutes remaining. Both of them clearly dazed. MD Silver getting the elbow up. A lovely suplex from MD Silver, but he's on the ground as well. Both competitors clearly in severe pain. MD Silver gets to his feet first. That's to be expected. It was his suplex. Goes for a big chop, but it's reversed. Into the Torpedo Moscow. Goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Helga becomes the... Not only did she rope break it last time, but she's now the second person ever to kick out of the Torpedo Moscow. And she goes for the roll-up on MD Silver. 1, 2, 3, and she gets it off, taking her lead to 3-1. MD Silver with the reversal. 40 seconds left. Goes to the corner. And another Torpedo Moscow. Could third time be the charm? Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3 it is. Finally, the Torpedo Moscow puts down Helga, but he is still 3-2 down. 15 seconds left. He dodges out the way. MD Silver might want to hurry up, but it looks like there might not be enough time left. Does get some nice impressive strikes out there, but it is the end of the match. 3-2 as Helga picks up the victory. She is now the leader for Group A, as that is the first Group A game to be played so far. But it was a brilliant matchup between these two. And there could be great things coming for Helga now. Because she actually, not only did she beat MD Silver, who's a big star in the company, but also kicking out of the Torpedo Moscow. You could argue twice if you're classing the rope break as a kick out, which is something only Ronan Wolf has done before. And bear in mind, Ronan Wolf is someone who has had a World Championship match in MCW. So maybe Helga could see similar fortunes in the future. I mean, it was this Torpedo Moscow, the third time a charm, for MD Silver, managing to close the gap and make it not as big of a loss as it would have been at 3-1, earning himself an extra point. But here was where the match ended. At the very end, goes for that underhook suplex. As it's Helga standing tall. 3-2 win against MD Silver. And she must feel on top of the world right now, as her chances of advancing in the World Cup has drastically increased. Francis Sharp versus Ruud van Goorten. World Cup group stage. England versus Netherlands. We're going to Chain Wrestling. You'd have it start off no other way. Also, I'd like you all to know I'm very proud of Francis's new t-shirt. It took me so long to make. I think it looks sick. I made that image custom myself. It's like a comic book cover. Big fan of it. Also, I changed this theme because Francis likes to win titles consistently, and I really don't like the song that works. Like, the song doesn't work with the entrance that he had before. There wasn't a title motion that works with the song, so I just thought, fuck it, I'll change the entrance song and the entrance. Why not? Give him a little bit of an update. I feel like it was about time anyway, because every time he won the title, his aura just got absolutely destroyed. You know, at the end of the day, give him a bit more energy as well. You know, we did 1, 2, oh, kick out at 1 from Ruud van Goorten. I mean, this is definitely an uphill battle for RVG here, as, you know, like I've mentioned before, Francis is one of the most dominant forces on Clash. Got to have aura in the first place. Right, excuse me, Brad. No need for that. Some chain wrestling now as well to go back into it, as we usually do. This is obviously the final match as well between Group C. You know, but it's not impossible for RVG to get the surprise here. We saw a surprise, you know, we saw Francis' tag partner MD Silver get bested in a surprise win by Helga, 3-2. Can RVG do the same? As a skink. What the fuck is a skink? Brother's just making words up now, Brad. That's crazy. Francis Sharp with the leg takedown. Going for the pin on RVG here. 1. Kick out at 1. Francis trying to make quick work of RVG, trying to get points as early as he can. Which that record is still held by Apathy, who got her first pinfall. It's 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Goes for the leg takedown on Francis, but he sees it coming, lifting the leg and driving that knee onto the outside of the ring. Seems like he went for a pounce, but RVG moved out of the way in time. Stomps to the back of Francis. And dropping the back onto the stomach of Francis now as well. Francis rolling out of the way and getting back into the ring. Intelligently not wanting to deal with RVG on the outside of the ring, as he clearly had the advantage there. Slams him back down to the mat into a pin. 1. Kick out at 1 from RVG again. The resiliency from this man is quite impressive. Throwing against the ropes. It's not the position you want to be in. But it looks like he managed to get there. Goes for that European uppercut, but Francis Sharp moves out of the way. And a lovely reversal into the Boston Crab from RVG. But Francis getting his way out of it. Beautiful reversal, though. And a spear from Francis into the pin. 1. 2, and a kick out at 2 from RVG. Moves in more centre to the ring. RVG getting to his feet. Francis decides to help him up. Catches, returns with a headbutt. And goes into that lariat. Into the pin. 1. And a kick out at 1 from Francis. A lovely clothesline from Francis. Into the back body drop. Into spine buster. As he now goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. RVG still got more in him. And it's 5 minutes remaining. And Francis with the world's strongest slam to RVG. Trying to look for the first point here. 1, 2, and another kick out from RVG. Even Francis can't believe it. And he gets up, but he's met with a spear. And surely that has to be it. Surely there's only so much fight RVG can put up. And it is 3. And there's the first point in the match goes to Francis Sharp. But RVG not letting up on returning immediately. Using the arm drag to get him down to the mat. RVG going to the corner, but Francis going to the corner himself. As RVG dropping the feet into the chest of Francis. As he now picks him up. And goes under him. Into the ankle lock. Will Francis Sharp tap? And he doesn't. He flings Ruud van Gerten over. Goes for the big clothesline, but it is reversed into a suplex. From Ruud van Gerten. Target in the back of the neck. Waiting for Francis to get back to his feet now. And the European uppercut. Into the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Francis. These two have been so resilient all match. This might not be a match of high score and high points. What's this show about? Besides 2K, obviously. And another European uppercut. Goes in for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Francis again. Springboard crossbody. What's true about obviously besides 2K? Yeah, so I run an eFed. So this is basically a company that I have created called MCW, Midnight Championship Wrestling. Most of the people, pretty much everyone in the chat has their own wrestlers that are competing. We have our own titles, we have our own pay-per-views. Currently what you're watching is a group stage match in our MCW World Cup. This is currently the Netherlands versus England. The format is 10-minute Ironman matches. Each point goes towards the group stage, and Ruud van Gerten getting his first point to prove the point, equalising 1-1 between Francis Sharp and Ruud van Gerten. And what has been an incredible battle so far between these men. Get my character. You need to join the Discord server. There'll be a bot. If you put in !Discord, there will be a bot that will tell you the Discord server. Everything is run through the Discord. And you can read the rules, read how it works and stuff, and submit your character that way. Although there'll be a hot minute before you debut, because the World Cup is taking up most of the matches. Jesus. That scared the shit out of me. Thank you very much for the follow, Noah. Francis Sharp now going in for the pin on RVG to take the lead again. 2. And a kick out from RVG. Less than 2 minutes left. Both men fighting to their wits' end here. Francis throwing RVG out of the ring as he's now going top rope. You don't see Francis do this much, dropping a big elbow onto RVG on the outside. As he's now collecting himself. Clearly not rushing because he knows RVG also needs that point to win. So decided to take that time to allocate himself onto that. But maybe he gave too much time because he gave time for RVG to also gain some momentum back. To allow him to drop some punches into the stomach. Francis getting out of the grip of RVG now. And throwing him into the ring post. Definitely getting violent here, but there's with under a minute left. Both of these men need an extra point to win. And then to the ring post again. But you can't get points on the outside the ring. We have brought this up several times. I have no idea where Francis is going. As both men stepping into the ring. And RVG with the pop-up European uppercut. Moving Francis away. 20 seconds left. Can he steal the win? 1, 2, 3. RVG goes 2-1 up against Francis Sharp. And dodging. Throwing Francis into the ropes. Francis gets the knees up. But it's 2, it's 1, and that is the end of the match. Ruud van Gouten besting Francis Sharp 2-1. Both of the tag champs losing their first World Cup matches. Clearly just not used to that, those singles competition at the moment. But what a match between those two. I mean, I'll be upfront and honest, guys. That's my Clash match of the night so far. That was incredible between these two. Constantly well fought. And this is what I mean. It's these kind of matches that you probably wouldn't see on the regular Clashes due to the difference in these man's positions in the cards. But that's the magic of the World Cup. And this is the type of shit that can happen. These kind of upsets that allow these stars to go up and prop themselves up to a new level. As it's Ruud van Gouten standing tall at the end of this. Oh, Brad Collins, Lacana Toro. America versus Argentina. North America versus South America. And a big clothesline for Brad. Of course, this is a David versus Goliath, not just in size difference, but also, of course, Brad is a former world champion in MCW, whilst Lacana Toro has had a very up and down record. But not to put any crazy ideas in people's heads, but Lacana Toro is the same rating that Cassidy Holland was when Cassidy beat Marty. And Brad Collins is the same rating that Marty was when he lost to Cassidy Holland. So, maybe. You never know. Toro bettering the strength of Brad Collins there. The ref calling for a break up there. And Brad showing his strength against Toro with a suplex. Toro dodging the punch. Getting the reversal, tripping the leg up of Brad. Brad getting in the knees up. A Hurricane Rana from Brad Collins. You don't see that often. 1. And a kick out at 1 from Brad. Sorry, I'm quite cold. Some leg strikes. Goes for a springboard drop kick and it lands beautifully. Throwing Brad to the ropes now. Into a suplex of his own into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Brad Collins with a punch to the stomach of Toro. And hopping over into a high knee strike. Targeting the back of Toro. With a few stomps and kicks. Throwing Toro into the corner of the ring. Moving him away from the ropes now. Toro rolling the other way, but he's met straight into a punch. And face planting Toro to the mat, into the pin. But ref calls rope break. I mean, it was very close to the ropes. There's no surprise there. Carnotoro getting the knee up. And he stops the spinning clothesline from Brad by getting his fist up just in time to block it. Both men down in the ring. Both men getting up at the exact same second. But Carnotoro is the fastest into a tornado DDT into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Brad. Less than 7 minutes remaining in this match now. And a clothesline from L from Brad to Carnotoro. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Carnotoro. Carnotoro pushing Brad Collins off. And going for a pin himself. Maybe a bit optimistic, but maybe it can work. No, kick out at 1. Way too optimistic. But as the commentators in FIFA 15 once said, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. Goes for a clothesline of his own, but Brad catches it, but he does catch the arm and hip tosses him over. And Brad with a slam down to the mat into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 again from Carnotoro. And Brad getting all energized up here against Carnotoro now. Throwing him into the referee, into a suplex. He's just pacing around Carnotoro. Didn't have the patience to wait for him to get there on his own. Like and a clothesline from hell. Again. 1, 2, 3. Brad Collins gets the first point of this match. And a spine buster from Brad to Carnotoro. Carnotoro gets the leg up now. An Operation Dragon from Carnotoro to Brad Collins. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Brad Collins. I've been real close as of late. Yeah, facts, yeah. So it's nice to know that the dominant ones were just they're the outliers, you know? Like, that's not the common effect. Into a brutal looking spine buster. And Brad is not ready to go for that pin as he climbs top rope. You don't want a man this big going to the top rope. As he waits for him to get up. And a huge shoulder tackle from the top. Turning Carnotoro over. And lifting him up high. And putting him down to the mat into the pin. Looking for his second point. 1, 2, 3. And he gets it. It is now 2-0 to Brad Collins. Carnotoro getting a reversal there. There is still nearly 4 minutes left of this match, though. We've seen a lot of upsets tonight. Carnotoro does have enough time to cause one. And he does get out of the way there. Gets the kick in. Throws Brad against the ropes. But Brad catches him. Before whatever maneuver that Carnotoro was supposed to be going for there. Throwing him into the corner. Dodging out the way. Elbow up. And a big suplex. Carnotoro as he goes to the corner of the ring. Operation Dragon again. Can he get the pinfall this time? 1, 2, 3. And Carnotoro gets his first point. Just above 3 minutes left of this match. Goes for the standing moonsault and he does. Clearly getting himself all energized here. And gets him up into a tornado DDT. And he's going to look for Operation Dragon once more. To try and even things up against Brad Collins. And he lands it. Goes for the pin again. 1, 2, And a kick out at 2 from Brad Collins. And Brad Collins getting up, but can't match the speed of Lacana Toro, who throws him out of the ring. But he does follow him to ringside. Now targeting the leg. Just over 2 minutes left now. Oh, it's my fault for leaning forward so much. Oh. Toro throwing Brad Collins back into the ring. Still targeting the legs here. Just under 2 minutes remaining. It is 2-1. It's still enough time to beat anyone's match so far. Snapping the shoulder. Toro surprisingly in pretty much full control here so far. Uses the ropes. A lovely Insaguri to the face of Brad Collins. Brad Collins with the roll-up on Toro to try and make his advantage 3-1. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Toro. Just stamping on the back of the head of Toro. And now Brad Collins just be doing bullshit. Trying to build up his own energy here, waiting for Toro to get back to his feet. And another clothesline from hell. The third one this match. Is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3. Brad Collins 3-0 up. There he is. Just over 30 seconds left. And Toro fighting his way out of this now. And runs in with a clothesline. Into another clothesline. And a leg takedown. Targeting the leg. Is Toro going to be able to secure another point just before this match ends? I'm not so sure. We're getting right down to the wire here. And the Tornado DDT into the pin. 1, but the match has ended. He could have got another point there, but the whistle to the match, the bell rings. The timer has been met. And he was just a little bit too slow. He could have probably got that pin off and made that gap closer by making it 3-2 instead of 3-1. But that's the thing of a 10-minute timer, is it is set in place. As Brad Collins wins the match 3-1. Which puts him currently joint first in the Group A, alongside Helga, who both have 3 points. And here we get ourselves prepared for the first match. Listen, Brad, you're saying that. Technically, depending on how far they get, all I'm going to say is it's possible to have Germany versus Poland in this tournament. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying it's possible. All right? That's all I'm claiming. Oh, okay. But we get ourselves prepared for the last match of the stream. The last World Cup match of the first week of the World Cup. As it will be Ronan Wolf taking on Harvey Uner. And of course these two have been feuding for a few weeks. Fuck off! Jack Collins! Harvey Uner, 2 titans of MCW. 10 minutes. Meat slapping meat. Yeah, Ryan, you missed... I've been keeping results for this stream. I'll stick them in Generally, if anyone missed stream. I mean, I update the thingy. I update the spreadsheet right after stream anyway, so you can always see it on the spreadsheet. But Ryan, you missed probably one of the most monumental moments of the season. Leon Grimes' undefeated streak came to an end at 15-0 to returning Masaki Ryoki, who beat him 5-0 in the MCW Ironman group stage match. Yeah, there was also a bunch of things as well. Doug's got a new attire for the World Cup. Francis has got a new entrance and theme and new entrance gear. He wears a t-shirt now, but he has a new theme. It's been a great stream. All matches have been consistent all around 10 minutes each. Yeah, to be fair, this is the thing. Do you know what? The first few matches made me a bit nervous about the steps for the group stages, but you know what? Every match has been pretty fucking good though. Like it's definitely picked up, and I think it's been great. Like I think I definitely picked a good step to go into the group stages, and it has made it easier to keep the points different as well in the group so far. Javier dropping a big elbow to Ronan Wolf. And a big splash, but Ronan Wolf moving out of the way. A lot of animosity between these two men. Big boot from Ronan Wolf to send Harvey down to the ground. And a suplex from Ronan Wolf. And you know, the main thing is the game didn't fuck up today. So that's great. You know. Ronan Wolf manhandling Harvey on her. And a big boot. Send Ronan down. It's not over yet. Don't say that, Brad. Right, we're going to be fine. And a huge clothesline to send the Viking crashing to the mat. Big knee from Ronan Wolf. Now gets on top of Javi on her. Pounding down the punches, trying to bust him open with the elbows. But I don't think he succeeded. Did Francis Sharp win his match, or was it RVG? RVG won. Only just. I think it was 2-1, was it not? I could be wrong. Let me double check. It was 2-1, yeah. I think RVG won it in the final 20 seconds. With a pop-up European uppercut. Yeah. Very back and forth. Honestly, it's probably the match of the night for Clash so far. Javier's got Ronan Wolf up into a running power slam. Goes in for the pin to try and get the first point of this match. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Hi, Bray. Big neck breaker from Harvey. There's been a couple shocks in this stream so far. Wayne Evans beat Owen O'Rourke 6-0. Diego beat Andre Cruz 7-1. And another shock is MD Silva lost to Helder 3-2. Going for the pin now. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Ronan Wolf busted open. Going in for the pin. 1. And a kick out at 1. Surprisingly as well, we've only had 1 draw as well so far. And a big clothesline. Into the pin. 1, 2. And then kick out at 2. Still no points awarded yet. But yeah, there was 1 draw, which was Tyler 6 and Era Minji 2-2. And a spear from Harvey on her. Goes in for the pin now. 1, 2, 3. Harvey on gets the first point in this match. Lifting Ronan Wolf up high. And a pounce from Ronan Wolf to send Harvey flying. He's not getting himself energized. Throwing Harvey into the ropes. And a big fall from Grace into the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Ronan Wolf does not equal the score there. Even though it looked like he was gonna. It gets Harvey up into a big suplex. Harvey throwing Ronan Wolf off the big boot from Harvey to Ronan Wolf misses. Ronan Wolf's got Harvey on his shoulders, taking him over to the ropes, dropping him neck first onto those ropes. Stomp to the back of the leg. And choking Harvey on against the bottom turnbuckle and now against the mat. Ronan Wolf still busted open. Harvey isn't busted open. I nearly thought he was, but that's just his eye makeup, I think. Oh, no, wait, no, he might be, actually. Is he busted open? I can't actually tell. He might be. It's hard to tell. Ronan Wolf, it looks like he was going for the driver, but Harvey on going for the roll-up. 1, 2. No, and a reverse from Ronan Wolf here. 1, 2, 3. Ronan Wolf getting the reversal and equalising at 1-1. Just over 3 minutes left for either man to attempt to win this. And Ronan Wolf dropping Harvey onto the apron. Did you know they say that's the hardest part of the ring? They do say that. Harvey just toying with Ronan Wolf on the outside. But the truth is, both of these men need to get an extra point here to get an advantage over the other. Just throwing him towards the barricade. Not quite with enough power to have him hit it, though. It gets him up high into a running power slam on the outside of the ring. Harvey gets in the ring himself. But again, just realises that he maybe needs a bit more. Goes top rope, though. Goes for Ronan Wolf, but Ronan Wolf getting onto the apron just in time to dodge that. It's a very intelligent form of dodge for Ronan Wolf. Dodges Harvey's grapple, but he still gets the better of that one. And gets Ronan Wolf up high in a power bomb. A headbutt as he's waiting for Ronan to get up. It goes for a spear. It does connect, but it hits in the back. Goes to the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from Ronan Wolf. It is still 1-1. There's just over 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Can either man pick up a win, or we're going to have our second draw here? Ronan Wolf with the back body drop. Goes for a splash. Oh no, it was a headbutt. A headbutt that connects. Harvey gets an elbow up. And a spear! Once again from Harvey. This time he connects all of it. 1, 2, and another kick out at 2 from Ronan Wolf. Somehow, somewhere, there's still heart and fight left in this man. And he goes for the roll-up again. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Ronan Wolf was going for the clothesline there, but it's dodged by Harvey, who throws Ronan Wolf into the referee. Gets him up for an electric chair. 20 seconds left for one of these men to pick up the win. Or we could be going into a 1-1 draw. Harvey on gets him up high into a choke slam. Goes for the pin. 10 seconds left. 1, 2, 3. Harvey on 5 seconds left. Truly to the end of the match. Picking the win up in the final seconds against Ronan Wolf, as Harvey Honor has now won 2-1 against Ronan Wolf. And now I can give you the order of every single group standing after the first week of the World Cup. Group A in order is at number 1, Brad Collins, representing the USA on 3 points. In second place, Helga for Germany on 3 points. You have in third place, you have Javier on 2 points. And in fourth place, you have MD Silva also on 2 points. And then you have in fifth place, you have Lacana Toro on 1 point. And in sixth place, you have Ronan Wolf on 1 point. In Group B, you have Wayne Evans leading the pack for Scotland with 6 points. In second, you have Noah Morrison for New Zealand on 3 points. Third, you have Gavin Storm for Italy on 1 point. And then you have Elena Clare in fourth with 0 points for Greece. Then Owen O'Rourke with 0 points for Ireland. And then John Black, 0 points for Bolivia in sixth place. In Group C, probably the most shocking group of them all so far, you have leading the pack Mizaki for Japan on 5 points. And then in second, you have Era Min-ji on 2 points for South Korea. Then you have Ruud van Goorten in third with 2 points for Netherlands. And then in fourth place, you have Tyler Six for Wales on 2 points. And then in fifth, you have Francis Sharp for England